Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I will record by my mother phones because my iPad it is like have a low battery, so it is now needs charging, so I using my phone. But anyway, today we are talking about how to take note of vocabulary and some dictionary that I use for taking vocabulary and looking up vocabularies. So if you're going on the internet, you can find out a lot, like a bunch of vocabularies that you can use to look your new vocabulary up. But I prefer using a website that I have just found out recently. But I think it was so useful for students, especially English learner like us. And this website is vocabulary. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. Vocabulary.com. Oh my god, here. And it will appear like this. So you click on the first website that is appear on the internet here. And then this is the main page of this website. You can see that it has many tools and many others page for you to choose. But the main things in this video today is looking up the new words and how to take notes and which part of the word we have to write down on your notebooks. So you can see here that we have the search bar here, and you type the word that you have to look up. So for example, we look up the words be wild. I don't know if you have here. So I have already know this word, but I just take it as an example. So let's see here what we have on the website. It has a lot of tools, a lot of sections for you in just one new word. So the first thing you can see here is that the pronunciation of the word. So you click on the volume symbol here and hear the pronunciation of it. Okay.
Bewildered. Bewildered.
Bewildered. Bewildered. The volume may be a little bit small. You can try to turn it up. So bewildered mean that here we have the definitions of this word. If a conversation about quantum mechanics leaves you feeling bewildered or lost in befuddled, don't feel bad. Physics is a baffling and confusing subject. Well, to be honest, this is not the definitions of this word. Maybe this is extra information about this word, I suppose. But here we have some more information about this word be weird. I'm sorry guys, at the beginning I say be wild, but this literally says be weird, be weird. So be plus be weird, thoroughly gone astray into the wild, which is pretty much what our minds do when we don't understand something. When we don't even come close to understanding it. If you are bewildered, you are confused on a whole new level. Here, there, yeah, that's the true definitions of this word. Here is the true conversation of this word. Definition of this word. If you are bewildered, you are confused on a whole new level. Okay? You may even find your confusion confusing. Great synonyms for this word include at sea, bemused, confounded, and mixed up. So, these are the synonyms of this word. Very fascinating. At sea, bemused, confounded, and mixed up. So, here at this part, we have definitions of bewildered. Bewildered. Oh my god, I forget this pronunciation.
Bewildered.
Bewildered?
Bewildered.
Bewildered. Bewildered. Okay, bewildered. So, this is an adjective, and bewildered mean that perplexed by many conflicting situations or statements filled with bewilderment. And some other synonyms of this word is at sea, baffled, befuddled, bemused, confounded, confused, lost, mazed, and mixed up. So at this part, we have some synonyms of this word to test your knowledge, so you can try doing it. But now I will leave it out, and if I have time, I will talk about it later. So this is the section that I find the most amazing about this website is that the usage examples, but is not as normal, it's not as usual as the another dictionaries. It has all sorts, all journeys, all turns of examples. So you can notice this part, all sources, and when you click on it, it will appear all the tunes like fiction, art, culture, news, business, sports, science, math, technology. So you can choose your favorite yield, and then it will appear the example sentence containing the word you look up that related to that yield. So let me take you an example. We have business, okay? Business. So it will appear like this. So I have looked up the word bewildered. And now let's see some examples related to the yield business. And all these examples here are picked up from some of the most famous newspapers on the US and on the United Kingdom, like Washington Post, New York Times, Seattle Times. So let's see an example from Washington Post. I'm bewildered how the reported inflation rate I see in the news is so much lower than what I'm experiencing. And another examples from New York Times, it was reported that some people were so bewildered by the diaphanous Milky Way, they called 911 and the Griffith Observatory to report strange, unidentified objects in the sky. Wow. So that's how we use the word bewildered of the sentence, and I highly recommend you guys learning new words from examples like this, because your brain tends to remember new words longer and faster when we learn new words in context, like from a sentence example or from stories that you made up or related to your real life. So yeah, that's the section usage examples. Very good, very fascinating. I love this part. And come to the second part, which is one of my favorite ones, is word family. So word families is some words that have the same origin, like the word be weird, and is sometimes related to this word. So you can notice that there are some line here, the shorter, the longer, and one thing you have to remember when you look up new word from this website, is that the word family has a feature. The longer the line is, the more related it is to the word that you have just looked up. So, for example, the longest line is the word be weird, which is the word you have just looked up. And at this part, we have another shorter line is be weird, and we have this line bewildering. And you can notice that this is so small, it's tiny, Okay, so this is bewilders. And we have this part, it is bewilderment, which is the noun of this word bewildered. And it also have this part, it is bewilder. And this is the bewildered families. You can see that this website was so helpful. It contains all the aspects of the new word you want to look up. So yeah, that's how I take advantage of the website vocabulary.com. And to talk briefly and to summarize for this website, the things you have to take notes on your vocabulary notebook is the first thing, definitely important, you have to write it, is the new word. Yes, of course, you have to write down the new words or else you can't recall it and you will remember them very fast. So the new word definitely have to write down. And the next thing also have to be included on your notebook is the definitions and the meaning of the new word. So the third thing you might want to write down, but if you don't want, then you don't have to, is the synonyms and the antonyms if you want. So the antonyms is the opposite words of the new word, and the synonyms is the word that have the same meaning with the word you look up. So yeah, you can try writing it down. And the fourth thing, also the things you can't ignore, is the usage examples. So you can pick up the usage examples, your favorite ones on this website, or you can make up one that related to your life or to your story or to the past event that had actually happened to you. So that way will help you to remember the word forever, maybe, if you have revised it regularly. So yeah, that's the fourth things you have to remember. And the fifth thing, so this part is specifically for gifted students. If you're taking part some gifted examinations, like examinations for gifted English students, you will have this part on your notebook, is the word family of this word. Like bewildered, we have bewilderment, we have bewilder, and whatever. So remember, this word family is also very essential for your new word. So okay guys, that's all the things I want to share with you about how I take note vocabulary. And remember on principle that you don't have to write down all the new words you encounter when you're watching a video or when you are reading. You don't have to do that. Just write the new words that maybe you think it is important or you can use it in a real conversation, or this new word influence the whole sentence, and if you can't understand this new word, then you wouldn't makes the sentence comprehensible and understandable. So that case, you might have to look up the new word. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching to the very end of this video. And maybe the next video I will make a video about grammar, maybe, because besides learning vocabulary, you also have to learn grammar. Especially your students, you have to learn grammar a lot, like some advanced grammar like conditionals or inversions, relative clauses, etc. So maybe the next video I will make a video about how I learn grammar, maybe. And okay, so thank you so much again, and see you later at the next videos. Bye bye.